As well as doing whole class teaching and direct instruction to teach the children methods in the classroom and put across content efficiently, sometimes you'll want to use group work. Group work is useful and appropriate in situations where you have content where meaning is important and the children need to discuss it to get understanding. It's also a useful method to help teach children to problem solve. Sometimes we'll call this inquiry-based learning, where the learners are given a problem and they're asked to come up with a solution. They may even be asked to present back their findings to the rest of the group. This method is useful across all age groups. And in this video, we're going to watch a primary school teacher do just that. Sometimes teachers get this sort of method wrong. Typically, they may not give enough input, or they may make the start not engaging enough or not use questioning appropriately to really challenge thinking. Notice how the teacher in this video does those things. There's good input, well set up task, an engaging starter activity that prompts thinking and challenge, a good problem that will have to be talked about in depth. And finally, notice how the teacher assigns roles in the different groups. Giving different children different tasks to do within each group can be a really good way of ensuring that you get a strong output at the end of the lesson.
I've got a problem today, which I need you to help me solve. I've got this suitcase that I've found, and I don't know who it belongs to, and I'm hoping that you can help me. I'm hoping that we can be detectives, and you can help me try and find out who you think it might belong to. Okay? By looking at the objects that's inside it. So firstly, just while I'm opening it, who can give me what you think about it just by looking at it straight away? Yeah?
Old.
Looks old. Why do you think it looks old?
It's very dusty.
Very dusty. Okay. First thing I'm going to take out is a... What's this? Yeah?
One of those caps people use.
A cap. So it's a kind of cap, isn't it? Now, do you wear one of these?
No. I know
Who might wear one of these? Yeah?
Detective.
Pardon? Oh, so you've seen a detective wear them, okay. Good answer. Okay, right, let's have a look at something else. Do you want to pick something out there and show everybody else what they... Don't. Can you just stand up for me? Now, what's that?
Slipper.
A slipper. Oh. Now we know what we use those for, don't we? You put them on your feet when you're indoors. Yeah. We'll just hold that then. So before we get something else out, Callum, can you dip your hand inside without looking and see if you can find something in there? Oh. If you want to stand up, just stand at over here and. What is it?
Watch.
A watch. Now, who would you say might wear... Just hold it up so people can see. Who would you say may wear that watch? Nathan?
An old man.
An old man? Why an old man?
Because they wear sort of watches like that.
Because you've seen old men wear those watches. So
my granddad.
Oh, right. So your granddad might have one similar to that. Okay, good. Right, we'll have one more thing. I'll pull it out. See what we've got in here. Look at that. What's that?
His wife. Yeah.
A picture of his wife.
A picture of whose wife?
He'd probably like his wife.
Who's he? Who's this?
Like the old man or something.
Right. So you think this bag belongs to an old man, okay? And that's a picture of his wife. Why could you say that shows that it's an old picture? One really simple clue, Max.
Because it's black and white.
It's black and white. Nowadays we have colour pictures, don't we? Okay. Right. Now, good stuff. Can you just put those back on top of the suitcase and take a seat back down for me? Thank you. Now, this links in with our lesson objective. Because we're going to identify and discuss characters using inference and deduction. Just to identify and discuss characters using inference and deduction, inference and deduction I'll come back to in a couple of minutes. To speculate why characters might behave, giving reasons for this. Okay? Now, by the end of the lesson, you'll have worked within a group to speculate reasons for character behaviour by deduction. Now, we've got some steps to success for this, as we do in every lesson. Now, our steps to success is I can express opinions about a character based on the contents of a suitcase. So we've already started doing that already, haven't we? You've already started saying, well, I think that's an old man's suitcase because I've seen my granddad wear a flat cap and I've seen him, he's got that type of watch. You can speculate on a character's personality using clues in the suitcase with a talk partner. Give reasons for your thoughts and speculate within a group about a character. Okay, now, a couple of things I want you to do with just turn to the person next to you. 3 words that I've used quite a lot there that are quite complex words, which are speculate, inference, and deduction. I want you to discuss, I'm going to give you about 45 seconds just to discuss what you think those mean. Now, I know that you might know what some of them mean more than others. Okay, so the ones that you don't know what they mean, you might want to discuss them a little bit more. Is that okay? Right, 45 seconds, off you go.
Inference means stuff, I think, and deduction means deduction from school.
Right then. So, bearing in mind our key rule, when someone's speaking, we all listen. Start with speculating first. And what does speculate or speculating mean? Yeah?
So, like, imagine the picture of the person from the items.
Maybe. Not 100% right. Can anybody else add anything to that? Alfie?
Maybe see what the clothes and see if you know the person.
Kind of. One more, Nathan.
Could you have a look at the bag first to see if it was someone in your family and you could just give it straight back?
You could do, but I know that's nobody's in my family. Now, what we got? One more then.
To judge someone by their appearance.
You've been doing all of those things, what you've said then, but you've not really told me what speculating means. Now, speculate means to give your opinion about something. Okay? So, for example, you speculated that this belonged to an old man because there was a flat cap and there was a watch that your granddad wore. So you speculated and you used your own prior knowledge to speculate who you thought that belonged to. Okay? Now, what about... We'll do deduction first before we do inference. What does deduction mean? Yeah?
It's a process where you find out what someone or something is by using evidence to take away or deduct other things or people that could have done it. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Those words really liked then were the evidence, the deduction you used, and also the process that you put in there as well. It's basically you're being kind of a detective. You're using the evidence. That is the main thing. You are using facts or evidence to deduct something. So, for example, you know for a fact that slippers are worn on someone's feet. Yeah, and then you've used your own knowledge, your prior knowledge, to speculate that is to an old man. Now, what's the difference between inference and deduction? Inference, and this is probably the most difficult one. This, Alfie.
Inference mean like you get stuff, and does deduction when you take stuff away?
You're not 100% wrong there. You're right. Whereas deduction, you're more or less given it because it's there. Yeah. So, for example, like we said, we know that you put a flat cap on someone's head. Inference, I always try to think of reading between the lines. Okay, so you have to use a little bit more knowledge to do that. So, such as when Nathan said he thought it was an old man's watch because he's seen his granddad do it. That was inference because he's used his primarily to determine that, rather than just it's a slipper that goes on someone's foot. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to use all those, and to be honest with you, you would have probably used them anyway, even if I had to explain what they were, just naturally. But I wanted to highlight to you what skills you would be using before we went on to it. Okay? Now the next part is we're going to do some group work.
Teaching key facts, information and knowledge in a way that's memorable so children can pass tests and examinations. It is also our job as teachers to teach them how to think creatively and to problem solve. Inquiry-based learning or problem-solving learning, like we've seen in this example, is a good way of doing it. But if you're going to teach that effectively, you have to do it in the spirit of problem-solving, by asking questions and posing problems. You'll have noticed how the teacher had a starter activity with a question associated with it. What sort of person, what sort of character would own a suitcase like this? The teacher then clearly explained the lesson objectives that related to the skills the children had used and helped them to understand what skills they were going to take forward when they solved the problem further in their groups later on.